Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the pistol, it's Young. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And 4th and 4 coming up. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He stopped inside the 10. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Commanders' drive is going to start from deep on their own side of the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Throwing from near his own goal line. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU. Again, Daniels to the air. He's going deep this time. For the sideline, and it's intercepted. T.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber of defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get games like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the 39. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. He's got a gain of 6 there. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Room to throw here on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Young working from the gun. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Legette's got it. And he drives this forward to the 6.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. Has it in close. He has the Carolina touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word...
Pressure off left, and it's blocked! Off to the races, middle of the field! 40! Into the red zone! And they return it all the way back for 2 to minimize the sting of that opposing touchdown. Well, Brock, you never want to take the point after for granted, and this play shows why. However unlikely, we don't see it often, but there's always a chance that they can get through for the block, and then it's a foot race down the field.
And then you got to really give credit, right? In the credit pie, give a slice to everybody because it takes them all on special teams. It starts with making the block, and then everybody alert enough to transition to set up the return.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. So before they can set up for another... Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Second and 3 now. They kick the running back in motion. They'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Daniels on first down. He'll get this to Samuel. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Robinson is across the line for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 2nd quarter lead. Zane Gonzalez on for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders push their lead to 3. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you've got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They motion the slot man right. On 2nd and 10 now. Daniels. He's on the move. On the run right. Throwing deep down the top. He's got it inside the 25. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
First down from the red zone. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow their lead just before halftime. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Extra point is good by Gonzalez. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Starting from the 5. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Young on 1st and 10. Gets this to Sanders. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. From the 40 on 2nd down. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 4th down, Young. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Tight end in motion left. Daniels throwing on 3rd. Chased out to his right. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Now is Terry McLaurin on the target. And it's going to be second down.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Nearly an interception on that play, and it sets up second down. Shotgun snap now to Young. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off. That's Bobby Wagner. And he's going to go. It's a pick six. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
This one is up and good. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One last play before the break. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another carry for Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. He's got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Now Daniels to throw. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Takes this in at the 25. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be Panthers football. First and 10 now from the 30. On the give, it's Brooks. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. They kick the running back in motion. From the pistol, it's Young. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Commanders are gonna have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
On second down, Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Daniels from the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 are under Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
3rd and short, Daniels. Catch is made in close. And that's a Washington touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders make it a 24-point ball game. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. To the air on 1st down, Young. That pass complete to McMillan. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, Young. He's got him. That's McMillan. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. McMillan hauls it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. New set of downs for him from the 46. From the gun, a give to Brooks. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Second and 3 now. Receiver in motion, going left. Second and 3. On the move, headed right. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Young working from the gun. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
And the Panthers leaving their guys out there. Look at this. They're trying for 2. He's throwing for it. And he makes the catch, so hope not entirely extinguished just yet. Still a little glimmer remaining as that makes it a 2-score game here late. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, first and 10. Here's Daniels. He lets one fly deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Completed left side to Samuel. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Now we have a timeout for the injured player, and it's somebody they can scarce afford to lose. Deebo Samuel, the one being checked on. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Daniels back to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of saying, Kate, and realizing there's time left for this team, but the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Picked up at the 38. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escapes the pocket. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Young looking to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off, that's Bobby Wagner. There he goes on the right side. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
Here's Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Putting a receiver in motion. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's on the move. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Rolling left, buying some time. And they will score! Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got 1st down from the 31. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Throw left side, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. He fires one deep down the middle. This is caught inside the 15. To the house, touchdown Carolina. The Panthers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yeah. And he makes the catch, so hope not entirely extinguished just yet. Still a little glimmer remaining as that makes it a 2-score game here late. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Daniels. Chased out to his right. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kay, you have to talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders on their way to their 3rd win of the year. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. It's taken in by Eckler. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now Daniels to throw. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Daniels now. Buys time, rolling right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. We've got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Xavier Leggett, the target on that throw. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
One final shot here. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.